All right, turning now to today's business report. Coca-Cola is pulling its newest flavor from store shelves.
And the Justice Department is suing Visa. The Justice Department accuses Visa of a debit network monopoly that affects price of nearly everything, they say. It says Visa's moves over the last few years have resulted in American consumers and merchants paying billions of dollars in additional fees by shutting out competition from other payment processors. More than 60% of debit transactions in the U.S. run over Visa rails, helping it charge more than $7 billion annually in processing fees. That is according to the DOJ complaint.
Well, here's something to know. Petco will stop selling rabbits after animal groups accuse the pet retailer of, quote, blatant betrayal. Rabbits are currently the third most popular pet in the U.S., and Petco will instead advocate for adoption regarding these animals. The company announced that the move better aligns with its long-standing Think Adoption First philosophy, which encourages aspiring pet owners to do just that.
And Coca-Cola is pulling its spiced soda. It was just released 7 months ago. The drink was created to cater to younger customers, but never really took off. Spiced isn't the only flavor to get cut. On social media, the company confirmed it's also ending production of cherry vanilla, which launched back in 2020, and Diet Coke with Splenda.